Salutations, fellow thinkers and drinkers, rock and metal fans. Some breaking news this time. Hello. I assume by the time this is published, it will be slightly old news. A new release from Black Sabbath. This time, going back to their early days, when presumably they were still in the transitionary phase from being Earth to becoming Black Sabbath, was still managed by Jim Simpson. And prior to the recording of their debut album. Coming out soon, Black Sabbath, the legendary Lost Tapes, I think it's called. Doesn't include much. Includes 7 songs, 3 blues covers. Track list should be here, but it's Blue Suede Shoes, Evening and Wee Baby, and 4 originals. A couple of versions of Song for Jim, which some of us have heard, but is semi-legendary in the band's catalog, in the band's history, I should say. Freeman, Wicked World, and Warning. Although exactly what they contain is yet, as far as I'm aware, has not been made clear. How the full versions of the songs, or alternate takes, or whatever, don't exactly know. So there is still an element of surprise, be it positive or negative. Why now? Well, anyone who's watched my other videos, especially when I was discussing the Super Deluxe box editions of the Osborne era, those that were released and those that were not released. When discussing those that were not released, which obviously did include the debut album, I did a hypothetical that, what could actually be included as extras in these things that would actually make them value for money and of interest to, to me, to you, to the collector. I did that because, especially, let's say, the Sabotage box set, Super Deluxe box set, was a piss take. It was very disappointing. Offered absolutely very little value. And as part of that speculation, I indulged in some wild flights of fantasy about early live recordings and things like that. But the other point I did raise was there are recordings available even from Mythology, which was Tony and Bill prior to them forming Earth. Speculated there may have been something from Rare Breed, which was Geezer and Osborne's previous band. But we've all known about these songs while they were still managed, still in their infancy, shall we say, still being managed by Jim Simpson in Birmingham. We've all heard about these songs, When I Came Down, Song for Jim, The Rebel, etc. And tantalizing snippets have been made available, officially available at least, over the years. And I know in bootleg circles there are various versions of various things. Not always sure of the provenance of these things, but they are available. And I speculated that this would have been included in a box set release for the debut album, would at least make it interesting. Also speculated as to why it was unlikely to happen, and it seems that we now have an explanation. Certainly, at least when it comes to this release, the rights to these songs, are still owned by Jim Simpson, the band's original manager. So he has a legal right to do with them as he chooses. So they would not, as I speculated, be available for inclusion on a box set version of the debut album, unless some deal was done between the Sabbath camp and Jim Simpson. May or may not be possible. One has to speculate not. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe one of the reasons why we did not get a Super Deluxe box set of the debut, that things that would be understood as being interesting for the fans were legally not owned by Iommi or Mrs. Osborne. Although that argument does not really hold water when one considers the paucity of interest included on the Sabotage release, but never mind, that's not really what we're here to discuss. So there we have it. It's coming out, and it does sound interesting, at least. Again, many of us will have heard various bits or full versions of these songs over the years, various unofficial forms. As I said, a few official snippets have been made available. Interesting timing. What with the farewell concert, whether that's, as some others have speculated, that's a smokescreen. Should any legal, well, it wouldn't. It might be Tony, but should either Tony or Osborne attempt a cease and desist? But one assumes they can't. They've gone into this. It can't come as a total surprise to them. Presumably, they inquired, even if they were so inclined, and their legal position has been made abundantly clear to them. There's fuck all you can do about this. He owns the rights. He can do with them as he chooses. One has to infer a certain degree of animosity, bad blood between the parties. Otherwise, a collaboration could perhaps have been worked out. Going on from that, this is what he's releasing. Are we fair? Are we safe to assume that this is, he's cleaning out the closet here, or does he have more? Given the timing with the concert and that, I mean, it's difficult not to be slightly cynical and skeptical about this thing. Cash grab. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, if Jim Simpson has owned these things since they were recorded, he's had ample opportunity, out the goodness of his heart, to release them. But again, we will never know the full story, what the background to this is. He may have good reason for this. We just don't know. And that's not the point. It is at least interesting. I mean, I have been talking at length about lots of recent, the last 10 years or whatever, re-releases of Black Sabbath product that have been less than interesting. Considerably less than interesting. This is at least. Is there anything on here one hasn't heard before? I'm thinking Free Man. I can't remember if those blues covers are on some of the bootlegs. I would have to check, and I obviously haven't. Otherwise, I'd know, wouldn't I? But Free Man seems to be a new title to me. Again, who knows what it is? Is it an early instrumental version of Sleeping Village or something? I mean, we're going to have to wait. But at least there is some excitement here. Something that does pique one's interest. We'll probably buy it. I don't have bought everything else. But anyway, interesting. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be released, but with the concert in 2 days' time, I'm recording this on the Thursday, the 3rd, I believe. Concerts on Saturday the 5th. So release should be imminent to tie in with the publicity and the hoopla surrounding that. Well, we will see. We will see, no doubt. Is there more stuff out there? As I said, when speculating about a potential box set for the first album, there must be live recordings of stuff from back in the day, The Wizard, Evil Woman, things like that. I know that there is a live recording, 30-minute live recording even, of Warning doing the rounds. But again, who owns this? I don't know. It's all so complicated. I mean, and who ends up getting shafted at the end of the day? Well, the fans, as usual. It has been said that, which I speculated a few moments ago, that probably the Sabbath camp, Iommi Osborne, inquired as to their legal position, and were told there's nothing they can do about it. And further fuel for that is the apparent official statement issued by the Sabbath camp is that they are ambivalent towards this release. Now, anybody with a passing knowledge of how politicians speak will be able to read into that. There's fuck all they can do about it. So they're just going to have to suck it up. Well, we'll see. I really don't care if their feathers are ruffled, to be honest with you. I lost a certain amount of respect for them over the years with their continually releasing product that we've already bought. just jacking the price up. So if their noses are out of joint, well, Tom P. All right. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Again, I don't know if I've missed anything. I don't think we have any further information at this point, but we'll see. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, it's interesting. Hopefully, you can come back and discuss this after it's been released, and I actually have something really positive to say. It would be a nice change. Anyway, feel free to like, to share, to comment, to subscribe, all those good things. And I thank you for your indulgence. Be well. And until next time, Mashonkia.